What is up, YouTube? Wuthering Waves is a game that I'm very much looking forward to. We just recently got a little bit of gameplay from it at Tokyo Game Show. So I wanted to, in this video, compile everything that we know about the game currently and then try to break it down to make it a bit more understandable for people who probably aren't following or may be a bit confused about a few things. If there's anything that I talk about that you don't fully understand, please let me know in the comments and I'll try to answer it to the best of my ability. Now, before I start, let me make a little disclaimer. First of all of this information that I'm talking about is basically bits of information that we've gotten from both the technical tests that they did a little while ago and a little bit of information that we got from the Tokyo Game Show showcase that they showed. Two, I will be making a lot of Genshin Impact comparisons whenever I talk about certain mechanics in this game. I am not doing it because I want to say that this game is better than Genshin Impact or because I feel that Genshin Impact is better than this or anything like that. It's not in any way throwing shots at any game. I'm only doing it because I believe that most people who will be watching this video will have already played Genshin Impact. So I'm trying to make it easier for them to understand. I will also from time to time make some PGR references for people who played Punishing Grey Raven. Third, because these tests, the technical test and the Tokyo Game Show showcase, were all in Chinese, I believe, Chinese or Japanese, I actually do not know. But because I do not know either language, I do not know the official names for many of these things. So I will call them some random thing and you will see a little icon, you're seeing it right now at the bottom left of the screen, which indicates that this is a self-given name. So anyway you see that icon, just know it's a self-given name. Fourth, I'll try to keep these videos between 8 to 10 minutes. I don't want to overload. I don't want to put in a lot of information in one video and make it a bit unbearable for people. If you want me to put it all in one video, let me know in the comments. But yeah, let's just see how this goes. Alright, with those disclaimers out of the way, what is Wuthering Waves? Now, Wuthering Waves is an action RPG open world game. We don't know whether it's a gacha game yet or not, but from all indications, it's most probably going to be a gacha game. So it's basically, think of Genshin Impact, but in a more moody world with better combat and a few new mechanics that will make open world exploration a bit more interesting. Wuthering Waves is based around combat of 3-person teams. So that means you can only have a maximum of 3 people per team, as opposed to Genshin Impact's 4 people per team. Currently, I'm not too clear on how the characters are divided. In Genshin Impact, you would have 4-star and 5-star characters, as well as classification of characters based on the kind of weapons that they have. As of now, I don't know how rarity is decided in this game, so I can't make any comment about that. What I can make some passive comments about is classification by weapons. So from my knowledge, from what I've seen, there are only 4 kinds of characters that you can have. There are characters that use swords, there are characters that use claymores, there are characters that use guns. I call them gunslingers. And there are characters that summon things. Basically, they're basically like catalyst users in Genshin Impact. So characters in Wuthering Waves that use swords are Rover. Now the Rover is the main character. You can think of the Rover as the traveler. If that's what rocks your boat, then go with that. Another character is Mikai or Danjin. I don't know which is which. I saw two different videos calling her two different things, so I just put the two together. Then there's Shanhua, my current favorite character out of all of them. And then the last one is Yan Yan. I don't know whether Yan Yan is a skinned version of Shanhua or whether Shanhua is a skinned version of Yan Yan, because the two of them feel very, very, very similar. Now, for Claymore users, there's only one that we've seen, that's Tao Hua. And for summoners, now there are two kinds of summoners that I've seen in the game. Three, actually, if we're going to be precise. There's Balian. Balian summons this creature next to her and she uses it to fight. Ju Yuan or Virinai, please, if I am butchering those names, please don't come at me in the comments. Oh my god. Ju Yuan summons plants to fight. And then there's Ankh. I really hope I'm getting that right. Ankh sort of summons lasers to fight. Honestly, I don't know, but now I don't know whether any of these three characters are further subdivided, but from what I can see, all of them all have this orb that normally follows them around. So because of that, I'm going to call them I'm going to refer to them as the catalyst users of the game. And then the last group, the gunslingers, we only saw Mao Xiaofang. I hope I got that right. She is the only character that I've seen that can do guns in the game. We don't have any information about any male characters. All the characters we saw were all female characters. The only other male character that we saw was the male version of the rover, but not a lot of people played the male version, so I don't think I have any footage of that as I'm recording this right now. When it comes to combat, Wuthering Waves is very, very similar to Punishing Grey Raven. Now, if you haven't played PGR or Punishing Grey Raven, this is your opportunity. Just head off to your Play Store, download it, try it out. It will give you a sense of the kind of combat you're going to expect in Wuthering Waves. PGR is a mobile-only game, unfortunately, so if you're a PC exclusive user, well, make do with it or just wait patiently for Wuthering Waves to come out. But then, because PGR was made by Kuro Games, who is also developing Wuthering Waves, you're going to see that combat will focus a lot on parrying, on perfect dodging, doing combo extensions via character switching. I think that one is actually new. Then along with that, you have different skills that you can do. Now, the key bindings to all of these skills are the ones that I find extremely very strange. Like, from what I've seen, there is a skill that resembles elemental sights in Genshin Impact. This skill, I think it just scans around for enemies. This is mapped to V. Okay, not bad. Now, you have your regular elemental skill, which is mapped to E, but then your ultimate is mapped to R. I feel like that's a little strange because maybe it's because I've gotten very, very used to how Genshin Impact plays, but having my ultimate skill a little bit further away is just weird to me. The only that button is only used for aiming in Genshin Impact, and God knows that I never touch that button, so I don't know how well this will sit with a lot of people. I don't know if it's also remappable, but if it is, that will be good. If it isn't, well, we just have to get used to it the same way we got used to Genshin Impact's controls. Then your Q now has you using your summons. I'll talk about summons later on in the video, but these are the main highlights of combat in this game. And from all indications, this game is going to be heavily skill based. It's not going to be a more do elemental attacks to win kind of game. It's going to be very, very interesting. Now, just like Genshin Impact, there are different elements that you can manipulate in this game. It's not exactly like Genshin Impact where you're basically the avatar trying to bend elements. I don't really know how to describe it yet, so I'll reserve my comments for now. But there are different elements in the game. To be precise, there are 6 elements in the game. There is the light element, the dark element, the wind element, the ice or frost element, the fire element, or I think it's called flame, and then there is the electric element. These elements all can be combined together to give you different reactions, and these different reactions help you in game to be able to do a lot more hits. Now, it's not the same as Genshin Impact. Get that out of your mind. Even the way you apply elements onto enemies is not the same as Genshin Impact. It's not like you press E and then you change to another character. No. Get that out of your mind. Watch the video that Willis did. It will fully explain exactly how all of these things work. But then the TLDR of how it goes is you need to attack the enemy for a little bit. Basically, you have to do some normal attacks for a little bit, and then after a while, the enemy is afflicted with the element of said character that is doing the attacks, and then you can switch out to another character to do a reaction. It sounds a little strange right now. I will wait and I'll reserve my comments and wait till I've actually played the game before I actually say anything else about it. Like I've already said, check out Willis's video. He goes in depth explaining how these things work. It is linked down in the description. Another thing that PGR and Wuthering Waves will have in common is the memory system. So memories in PGR enable you to boost your attack skills. They enable you increase the amount of damage that you do, basically. That's the most basic description I can give for them. So this system still makes it over here. And the memory system sort of works like the artifact system in Genshin Impact, where if you have a certain number of memories, you can trigger a special effect. So 2-piece and 4-piece will give you a certain effect. Now, I wanted to talk about summons separately because this, when I saw it the first time, gave me Pokémon vibes. I don't know why, but basically what happens is anytime you kill an enemy in the game, they will turn into this yellow thing that you see on the screen, and you have to catch them with a gourd. And the first time I saw it, I was like, basically these guys just integrated catching a Pokemon into this. But then it's quite interesting because when you enter the game for the first time, you will fight a boss, and after you defeat that boss, you can catch the boss and put it in your gourd, and then you can activate, and then you can, when you're fighting, summon this boss to do a skill that does a lot of damage, probably AoE damage, and help you out in battle. Now, it doesn't mean that the boss will come out and actually actively fight. It's more like a skill. Just comes out, does a skill, disappears. I want to see how this feels when the game comes out, but it's a very interesting little addition that has been added into the game. Oh my god, it's almost been 15 minutes. Oh, okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll have to end off the video here. In the next video, which is the last part of this, I'll talk about some open world mechanics that are in the game. So yeah, Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe with bells turned on so you don't miss out when the next part of this comes out. It should come out in about 2 days or so. And yeah, thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video. Peace.